Hey guys, so today I'll be doing this look. It's kind of like rose gold pink. I was inspired by this beautiful girl I found on Instagram and I discovered her YouTube channel. Her name is Princess K and she did this gorgeous birthday pink look. Insane. I will post her Instagram name and YouTube channel down below, but absolutely beautiful. So I was inspired by her creation, so I recreated it, but with rose gold tones. She did a little bit more pink, so I thought rose gold would be a lot of fun and different and kind of sort of for this time of year, New Year's Day. So I'll be going back in again with sandalwood on the other eye, and it's a slight brown. And I'll be doing the same thing, just kind of buffing that into the crease. And I'm using my MAC 224 brush, one of my favorites. And just really make sure you buff this, and this is like one of the most important parts. It's always very important to have like your favorite transition color. I have tons, so if you guys would like to know, please leave a comment down below and I'll suggest some. I have some for all skin types, from my complexion to darker to my porcelain princesses. So yeah, this will make or break your eye look. Alright guys, so I'll be going in next for my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and I'll be going in with henna, which is this like reddish brown. And again, I'll be sticking to my MAC 224 brush, and I'm going to use light pressure and blend this into the crease, kind of right underneath where I put the sandalwood. So just kind of starting on the outer corner and just taking it in. And this look I'm doing is going to be more of like that pinkish rose gold look. I saw this amazing picture on Instagram of this girl. I can't remember her name currently, but I will put it down below. But her eyes were amazing. So I was like, I have to recreate this look. It was so gorgeous. So I'm just still buffing this into the crease. Just really blown out and fluffy and blended. So now, still sticking to my MAC 224 brush, I'm gonna go in with the color Man Eater, and it's this like pinky red. Actually really like this color, but I'm gonna be using very little of this because it's super pigmented. So again, just kind of right underneath. Maroon color. So I'm gonna load up my brush with that shade, and then I'm just gonna apply it to the outer corner and pack it on. I'm not gonna blend yet, I'm just packing it on. And I'm kind of taking the color up and down, up and down. So I get that kind of gradient look. Up and down. Up and down. Sorry guys, that was my cell phone. Another MAC 224 brush, it's clean, and I'm just gonna slightly blend this out. Great, so it's looking great. So let's go on to the next step. I'll be going in with the shade Cocoa, and it's like this like reddish brown. It really reminds me of Max and Bark. Just keeping it a little lower this time and putting it on right over top of that Bossy. And then again, I'm using the same technique with this darker shade, packing it on and going up and down, up and down. Not like swooshing it in, but up and down. So that way I get good product placement. So now I'm going to go back in with my MAC 224 brush and just kind of soften that out. Light pressure again. So I'll be taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn, and I'm just going to be using this concealer to cut the crease. So I'm just kind of applying it on the lid, taking slow motions. I don't need it to be super precise. I just want a nice clean base, so when I apply the glitters, it goes on really nice and smooth and even. I'll be going in with my Rose Gold Huda Beauty palette, and I'll be using the shade Trust Fund, and I'm just using my MAC 224 brush to kind of pack this on to the lid. And the brush wasn't working the best, but I did go on with my fingers. I'll be going back in with Bossy and Cocoa, mixing the two shades and just like re-cleaning up that outer corner. Making sure it's nice and defined, up and down. Then I'll kind of take it in. Same thing on the other side. Okay. Now I'll be going in with eyeliner. I'll be using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, one of my faves. So hard for me to do this on camera, so I apologize, guys. So I'll be using the Infallible Total Coverage Foundation from L'Oreal and the shade 311 and 312. And 311 is Cafe and 312 is Cocoa. So I'll be mixing a little of the 311 first. That's the lighter of the shades. And I like this color a little bit more, but it's just too chalky for me to wear by itself. And then I'll be mixing the shade 312 and just a little bit of that because it's really dark and I don't know, it's just a little too red. And I'll be mixing a little with my, ooh, look, I'm using another drugstore product, e.l.f. brush. I'm literally using any tools that are in front of me today, so I apologize. And it's still a little too dark, as you can tell, so I'm going to mix a little bit more of that 311 into it. And look at all that hyperpigmentation, oh my gosh. That's a lot, and it's still really red, but take my Beauty Blender sponge and blend it out. You really need very little of this product just because it is so pigmented. And I wouldn't say this foundation is full coverage at all. I would say it's a really good medium coverage, possibly full, but I feel like you have to use a lot of product to get the full coverage, which I don't like. And if you use too much, it looks really cakey and makeup-y. Like the Pro Matte, I love because you would never know it's a drugstore foundation, but this, you can tell like it's a cheaper foundation. And I would suggest that you go and buy the colors in person because they are not true to color. They're not like the same colors as the other ones, like the Pro Glow and the Pro Matte. Alright, so next I'll be going in with my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer and the shade 12, SX12 I should say. But the stuff is awesome. It's super pigmented. I don't like to use a lot of this. I really only use it on days where I have like super bad under eye darkness. So I'll be applying this underneath. Now, as you guys know, this is my favorite concealer in the world. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Absolutely love this bad boy. It is amazing. It does not crease and I love the colors and they stay in place pretty well. So I'll be using today the Tan Sand and I love how big this applicator is. It's awesome. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit, and since I use that Kevyn Aucoin concealer, I'm only going to use very little of that, like that's even a lot, because the Kevyn Aucoin did a lot of my coverage for me. So all I really need is the highlight part out of it. And so I put a little much, but it's okay. Definitely like the best product of 2016. So we're going to highlight the face. So I took a little of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I took it down the bridge of my nose and a little of my forehead, just so my under eye brightness is balanced out on the face. Actually, I'm going to use a smaller brush for my nose because I don't want it to be too wide, because the lighter colors make things look bigger. So I don't want my nose to look bigger. Just want it to be highlighted. So I'm just kind of pressing it in. And I'm gonna blend out the forehead and come back to the nose. I'm just kind of bouncing my beauty blender on top of where I applied that product. And then I'm taking whatever's left from my beauty blender. I like to get the chin area. So now I'll be using my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder to set my under eye concealer. Absolutely love this powder. Hands down best product of 2016 for me. This year is my first year getting it and trying it, and I absolutely love it. I don't know what the heck I was doing before this powder. Honestly, it is amazing. I'm just kind of pressing it. Same thing on the other eye. And then on the bridge of the nose and forehead. Pretty much wherever I put that concealer. I always like to get this area because it's where I crease. So yeah, almost done. I will be starting my contour from there at the top of my ear, and then kind of, and I like to smile when I do my contour, so I get a really nice chiseled look. Not chiseled, but it looks like when I smile you can still see my contour. Can you see? Perfect. And I like to kind of go under, so it really looks like I got cheek implants, but I didn't. Okay, so I'll be using my classic favorite powder, the MAC Studio Fix powder, and this is in NW45. Absolutely love this powder. And I'm gonna kind of be pressing the powder into my face and not swiping or swishing because I don't want to remove the coverage. And this will give me the appearance of smaller pores as well. So I'll be going in with my favorite highlighter from Artist Couture, and this is in Conceited. And for lipstick, I'll be using my Drug Cosmetics 1995 liquid lipstick. I think this is perfect for this look. I want to go something with a little more neutral on the lip since we are going out to dinner and it's a little bit more of a conservative place. So